rock and a hard place. Critics claim the broadcasters are being biased for refusing to air this public service announcement. Tony Benn is a former Labour Member of Parliament. He's been a cabinet minister as well. He's retired now, but he has not given up his opinions. Let me start by asking you, Tony, well, first of all, let me welcome you, Tony. Great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Tony, what's your whole point here?
Well, I want to look at the wider picture, the humanitarian crisis, and draw some parallels. I was a boy of 15 in London during the Blitz, when Germany bombed London. We lost 30,000 people in London during the Blitz. Then you go to 9/11, where you lost nearly 3,000 people. Mind you, in London there's a population of about 6 million at the time. You've lost nearly 3,000 people in a population of 8 million, and in Gaza 1.300 people lost in a population of just over 1 million. So this is a catastrophic humanitarian disaster. I'm not interested in the BBC. I used to work for it as a producer, and not my purpose to criticise them. But by denying people the opportunity to hear this humanitarian appeal from the Red Cross and the Catholic Relief Agency, people who otherwise would have given money to Gaza won't know about it. And well, I think that is the real issue.
Are you sure about that, Tony? Because when you look at it, just the furor that has been created by people like yourself and the demonstrators that you have joined outside the BBC in the streets of London, it's probably getting more publicity today than it would be getting if the BBC had gone ahead and aired them.
Well, that's a funny way of putting it.
Well, it's a reality, isn't it?
Well, but the BBC has a responsibility to perform a public service, and the commercial stations, some of them anyway, ITV and Channel 4 and Channel 5 are broadcasting it. And the argument for the BBC, we don't want to be controversial. Well, I never in my life remember so much anger against the BBC as has arisen as a result of refusing to make that appeal available. And let me put it plainly, people will die in Gaza, some people will, because some people in Britain won't have heard it's not just hearing about it, but knowing the address to which the money can be sent.
How about Sky News? A different responsibility because they're a privately owned broadcaster rather than public?
Well, I think, you see, I put it like this, as I say, I'm an old producer, you're a presenter, but we're both human beings, aren't we? And in the end, that's what it's about. Humanitarian concerns affect us all, whether we're presidents or unemployed or whatever. And I think there are moments in history when you have to step back from your job and say, I'm a person, he's suffering, I should help him or her so they can survive in what in Gaza is a horrific crisis. Ban Ki-moon, the Secretary General of the UN, was devastated by what he saw, and that's the way I see it. It's a human consideration. See, funnily enough, in 1945 I was a pilot in Egypt, and I wrote to the Jewish Agency, and I spent a night in a Jewish settlement by the Sea of Galilee the night Hitler surrendered. And there they were, all these refugees from all over the world, dancing and singing. And I thought of their suffering, and now I think of the suffering of the people of Gaza. It is horrific.
Should we be concerned, though? What happens if Hamas takes that humanitarian aid? After all, they are the force with guns inside Gaza right now. Sell it, use it to pay their fighters.